You who feel like I do, bum, bum. What is going on, Jeromes? It is a Thursday. It is opening evening of the National Football League season, or at least what the Chiefs and Texans consider football. It's going to be a phenomenal time. As my child's screaming, just hanging out. Feels good. Feels weird that football is actually here, despite all of the hurdles. It may be a minor miracle that things are actually going down. In March, would you have wagered that there was going to be an NFL season? It's pretty close, right? Especially the way that guys like Florio were reporting on it. But we're here. We're here. Cannot be stopped. National Football League. So your Chiefs are favored by 9.5 over the Texans. Houston's got Deshaun Watson coming in, monster contract, not as big as Pat Mahomes, but no big deal. But also how would you like to be the Bears? The Bears. So that draft, chilling at 3, then all of a sudden you move all the way up to 2, get your quarterback of the future. Lo and behold, Mitchell Trubisky Ponder. Not so much. Not so much. All right, so actually, I'll bring you in Thursday football companion. Sure, does that fit? All right. Also, got questions? Toss them in the live chat. We'll be hammering that all throughout. We'll see how late we want to stay up, because not gonna lie, typically I'm starting to get ready for bed right about now. The Funk Soul Brother, but football is to be had. And we'll celebrate here a little bit. Also, we'll just critique the commercials. So we won't have all the same commercials since different market and whatnot. But some of these national ones. All right, so the NFL doing Tostitos commercial. It's good times. Yeah. So we're watching the NBC broadcast. Are they broadcasting on multiple places like previous years, or is it just NBC? Or is it just NBC for the kickoff? See, these are things I actually probably should know, but Also, let us know your predictions in the stream. Zach Hazley started streaming during the game. We'll try to get to halftime. We'll do that. Maybe we'll run out of things to say. Who really knows? There we go. Nailed it. And also, what are we going to show on the screen? I mean, I guess we could show off the... I guess we could show off the Discord that you should go join. But, I don't know. I guess not. I mean, we could show the ESPN page. But, of course, we can't really show the... Actually, how about we'll just read news? That'll be good until kickoff. All right, so headline here. Josh Bellamy. Oh, we're missing. Come on, man. There you go. All right, so Jets wide receiver Josh Bellamy charged with COVID-19 relief scheme. What is the deal with players getting into like a fraud ads and stuff after their playing days? Happens quite a bit. I mean, you look at Michael Bennett. We'll look that up in a sec. Or maybe we'll just look up old box scores, because that's always fun for me. Come on. All right. Sorry, we're adjusting this on the fly, but what can you do? All right, so free agent wide receiver Josh Bellamy charged Thursday. Wire fraud, bank fraud for his alleged role in the COVID-19. Received $1.2 million illegal PPP for his company Drip Entertainment. Hell, let him off the hook. Andy Reid's wearing the mask. That thing's getting foggy. Like, he's breathing in so much of his own CO2. He's going to be passed out by the second quarter, man. He's looking like Cobra Commander out there. Also, what happened to Rodney Harrison? Why is Chris Sims on the TV? So, like, I respect Chris Sims, but also I feel like he specifically covers his analysis wrongly, intentionally, just to cause waves and cause stirs. I mean, like, how many times this offseason we talk about Chris Sims' quarterback rankings or wide receiver rankings, how stupid they are? I mean, like, maybe there's a method to the madness. Certainly possible. So Bellamy. So basically, you just bilked the government out of a bunch of paycheck protection loans. Yeah. Bellamy played for the Bears 5 years, joined the Jets, blah, blah, blah. Weird. He's a crooked Chicago Bear, just like Sam Hurd was. Also, Zach Hazley, do you play fantasy, Andy? Yeah, we're in a bunch of leagues. Evan Castellano, Zach Ballas, amazing shirt, Andy. People love the Real Monster shirt. So I feel like if you're going to invest in businesses, dollar stores, as well as places like Five Below, I think that they're a very sound investment. Actually have some decent amount of money in. It's either Dollar General or the other one. I forget. But because they're recession proof. Like if times get bad, we're going to be shopping. I mean, they're still going to be shopping at the dollar store. So at Five Below, they have this entire like rack of t-shirts, and all the t-shirts are $5. And they're really hammering on nostalgia. So if you're like a late 80s, 90s, early aughts kid, like that'll be right up your alley. Like it's smart marketing on their part. Oh, also beverage. Not a sponsor, but I highly recommend. So the Polar Seltzer, you can get like a 30 rack? Yeah. See, that's what happens when you get old. You start talking about sparkling water as a 30 rack. Get at Costco. It's like $8. Also, who's this jabroni? Wait, is this Chris Collinsworth's kid? Because that would make me... Oh, there's Florio. Florio's so pissed right now because football's happening. He was rooting so badly against the Seasons. It's hilarious, actually. Oh, so that's what they're doing. They're having them on different locations because of the Rona. I get it. I understand. Zach Hazley, favorite childhood cartoon. Man, that's a tough one. It's a cartoon. It's hard to go wrong with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Also, I do remember the cartoon lineup as a kid. So I usually got up at about 6:30. Oh, actually, about 6:30 when I was a kid, because back in the day, school didn't start until 8:05. I remember that. So I'd leave my house at about 7:45. So 6:30 it was Mighty Max. At 7:00 it was Bobby's World. Great show, by the way. Also, so completely random. The mom just had a Minnesota accent. Oh, don't you know? Yeah. And then, so Power Rangers was at 7:30, but I'd have to leave halfway through. So I'd watch the first half of Power Rangers. What was great about TV back in the day is that when I get home from school, Power Rangers is on at 3:30. So then I catch the second half of the show. It was great. It was the perfect system. It was a great childhood. Also, I grew up in a small town, and just think about it now, after lived in the cities for a long time, then lived in the burbs. It's time to go back. It's time to go back to a small town, man. The Bradshaw bunch, oh dear Lord. Set your DVR now. Now, like I do like that reality shows are starting to kind of be over. I think people are done with them. Also, like when reality shows are really big, like say 7 years ago, people who didn't like reality TV, especially like E and Bravo and that kind of stuff, are like, well, the shows are scripted. Who cares? No one gives a shit. You know what else is scripted? Everything else. All sitcoms, all movies, they're scripted too. They're all entertainment. It's like, you think that someone's actual life, without being scripted or like without producers setting up fake controversies and storylines and B storylines, like you think that they're actually that entertaining? No. Do you think so much goes on in the Duck Dynasty family that they can fill hours upon hours of multiple episodes of storylines? No. Get out of here. Other than that, I have no thoughts on the matter. All right, so... I got Chiefs 38, Texans 20. Somewhere in there. Romaine, you're a troll for that thumbnail. Yeah. So the thumbnail on the live stream, it's Patrick Mahomes in a... Well, do we get to call him Pat Mahomes? Or do we have to call him Patrick Mahomes? Actually, is he a junior? Because I did not know this. Because I did not know that you're not a junior unless you have the same first, middle, and last name. All right, so Patrick Mahomes the second. There you go. Patrick Mahomes here. There you go. All right, so yeah, he is a junior. So do we call him Patrick? Do we call him Pat Mahomes? It really doesn't matter. But yeah, Pat Mahomes, back in the day, was a bad man. Like, he was good. Also, so we can look this up. Baseball Reference. So Patrick Mahomes has, he actually has like a decent number of stolen bases, unless I'm completely remembering things. Where would I find stolen bases? It's been so long. SB, probably. Stolen bases. Okay, 0. I completely made that up. Never mind. I do remember that he did pinch run before because he kept bugging the shit out of Tom Kelly. He was like, hey, man, let me pinch run. And then he's like, fine. All right, so game is going to be afoot here in a sec. Oh, so the thumbnail. So Patrick Mahomes, he was in the 2017 draft. Vikings, remember, went 8-8 after they traded a first unconditional fourth for Sam Bradford. So what had happened is that Teddy's leg almost fell off in training camp, and they didn't have a viable backup. They had Sean Hill, so that's why they traded for Sam Bradford. But remember, that was a year that Taylor Heineke put his foot through a glass door, trying to help his friend, and it wasn't completely a drunken debacle at all, right? And remember, the Turners loved Taylor Heineke, and I think that if Taylor Heineke had been fully healthy, had a great training camp, that he would have been the starter. I think that they would have been like, all right, Teddy's down. That sucks. We don't need anyone else. We'll roll a Heineke and we'll see what happens. So I think that Vikings probably would have been terrible. They probably would have went 6 in the 7, 8, 9 draft area, and then boom, Patrick Mahomes one time. There you go. All right, so we're watching the game right now. Watch on NBC and the NBC app. Stupid Chiefs, their stupid faces. Just revealed Super Bowl champions. My ass. It's pure jealousy. It is. Oh, and I love that there's a limited number of people in the stadium, but if you looked in that parking lot, that thing is jam-packed with tailgaters, man. I mean, there are rules, but, you know, I mean, it is pretty funny at this point. Yeah, so this is basically, we'll do this for some of the primetime games. Maybe we'll do it on Monday night too. See how it goes. Because overall it's a lot of fun. Just chill, hang out, answer as many of the live chat questions as we can. Then also, I don't know if you can hear, but my kid, so he really does fight going to bed. So you might hear him like faintly in the background. All right, so Zach Hazless, I'm glad that pick we gave Philly and Derek Barnett hasn't panned out for them. Yeah, Derek Barnett hasn't really been great, but also remember he was the one. All right, so the Vikings during 38-7, Kyle Rudolph marched down, touchdown from Case Keenum, going to the Super Bowl. Oh, we're going back to Minneapolis? Shit. And then Eagles scored 14, and the Vikings, actually, let's look this up. Because the Vikings had a shot. They were down in the red zone, and then Derek Barnett strip sack Case Keenum. PFR. Eagles. There's your target. Yeah, I forgot how annoying Eagles fans were back on the day. Actually, still are. Let's see. Barnett. So here it is. Okay, what is the score? God, this always bugs me too. Like they never. All right, so yeah, the Keenum touchdown. Then it was the pick six by Patrick Robinson, the pride of Florida State. LeGarrette Blount pouted it in for a touchdown, so it's 14-7. Again, PFF. All you need to do is put the score on the side. Make these box scores much easier. But again. I'm just bitching about nothing at all. Let's see here. I don't want to click on that. Yeah, so Derek Barnett are 3rd and 5 from the Philly 16. Either way, touchdown, great tie ball game. Field goal 14-10. Okay, that's manageable. And then a strip sack by Derek Barnett. Just getting crushed by 2 tons of irony. It's rough. It's hard out here for a pimp. Really is. Yeah. What are you drinking? What are you eating for the game? Let us know. You guys are the best. Dun, 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 bum, bum, bum. Live streaming. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we since it's 2 amazing barbecue cities going after it in Houston and Kansas City. Of course, we made broccoli cheddar soup because the wife had a hankering for it, and I was just like, I don't feel like cooking. Also, I do have this conspiracy theory. So, has anyone in the live chat ever had an Amazon package stolen off their front porch? Where I'm still not fully convinced that it was delivered. UPS said it was, and blah blah blah. But all right, so I do have this conspiracy theory because we finally got a Ring doorbell. Just because, even though we've ordered, say, 100 packages from Amazon over like a year or two, and one gets missing, goes stolen. It wasn't even that expensive of a package. I think it was a can of it was a can of metallic spray paint. It was like $5, but it just still bugged me. It's like, if they actually did deliver it, why would someone come up to our front door and take the package? So I think my conspiracy is that Amazon will actually withhold one of your orders, say it was delivered, you think that it's stolen, even though it was never delivered in the first place, and then you're like, I'm going to get a Ring doorbell, which is owned by Amazon. Show would do better with a tinfoil hat. It really would, man. So also, it kind of sucks. So since we started doing the show more on the regular, I specifically don't take in any local sports media. I don't really pay attention to any national media either, just because I never want to consciously or subconsciously lift ideas or premises. Everything that I want to put on and stream is actual stuff that I'm thinking, right? So yeah, it sucks because I kind of get out of the loop. I used to listen to Dan Patrick all 3 hours every single day for 5 years, and then just kind of drift out of it. All right, the intros. Oh, the Rona. There's the Rona. It's crazy that there's actual football. Done. Female football player. Oh, they're back at camp. Aaron Donald looking jacked, of course. Anything is possible. Kevin Garnett, you own $5. Actually, I wonder if Kevin Garnett can actually trademark that. Probably not. Because I feel like anything is possible is generic enough of a phrase that maybe it's untrademarkable. You can't trademark the word the. Because as a kid, I actually thought about that. I was like, man, if I just trademark the word the, I'm going to be rich. I wouldn't even charge much. I'll charge 2 cents. Thomas Hayes, I've had something stolen, but they ended up replacing it. Yeah, so they're reporting something stolen. It's very smart what they do, is that if you look into how to report something stolen, it takes you to an FAQ, and then it has you fill out a police report. So it really does muddy things up. I mean, because how many people are going to file a police report over a $5 package? Probably not many, right? So that's why I think it gives credence. Because if they pulled the shenanigans on an expensive delivery, say a $200 package, I mean, that's not going to fly, right? Because police report will go down. they'll get exposed. But they'll pick the cheapest thing that's going to be delivered. Hey, why is he standing on the field during the anthem? Get off the field, man. Get off the shed. Oh, yeah. I like that the anthem is now the... Everyone is tuning in for the anthem. Oh, say does their heart star spangled? Oh, yeah. So the Colts are having some damn offensive line issues. You hate to see it. So Quentin Nelson missed practice today. Costanzo's hurt. Ryan Kelly's hurt. So that would just suck for week 2 if they're all dinged up or miss a game, especially Quentin Nelson. But that'll be okay. What time does the game start? Is it still just 7:30? Chris Jones. God, Chris Jones is good. Not against the run, but he's good. Vikings Jerome, what up? Cal says in the UK they give your parcels to your neighbor instead of just leaving it. People can't be trusted. I don't trust my neighbors. Actually, no, they're fine. Andy Reid's going from the mask to the face shield. Yeah. Cuckoo Wallers. I love Andy Reid, man. I'm happy for him. Like, he was extremely disrespected in Philly. Like, I understand at a certain point you plateau, but was it 4 straight NFC title games, Super Bowl in one of those years, and Eagles fans like just never gave Andy the time of day. Like, they never respected Andy Reid. They never respected McNabb. They all love T.O. for some reason. They all took his side in the whole T.O. McNabb divorce. See, I don't trust Bill O'Brien wearing a mask because then you can't like read his facial expressions. Like what dumb GM move is he going to make now? Also, like the only 2 de facto coach GMs in the league are Belichick and Bill O'Brien. One of these things is not like the other. Oh, yeah, I forgot David Johnson, probably Northern Iowa. So I was really advocating for David Johnson the year that he was drafted because that was the same year as Amir Abdullah. I believe it was 2015, right? Because I just saw that big-bodied running back that Johnson was coming out of Northern Iowa would be a nice compliment to Jerick McKinnon. Yeah, Johnson went 86 to the Cardinals. And I remember this because this is the year that Arizona was on All or Nothing, the Amazon documentary, and they made a big deal. I was like, we want Amir Abdullah, we want the pride of Nebraska, but then Detroit took him, and they're just like, I guess we'll have to take David Johnson. And David Johnson was the man for a couple of years, and then he got hurt, and he was terrible. But yeah, David. See, that is a concern I have about paying Dalvin, is that you just don't pay running backs. And I do think that the market was warped because the Panthers paid McCaffrey 2 years before they really had to, and also they blew out the market, like $16 million for a running back. So he gets that, and then Zeke was like, F you. Zeke probably didn't deserve $15 million. And then the market readjust because, I mean, it was those 2 contracts and then it was everyone else. And then the Titans franchise tag was hovering about, what was it, 10 million, somewhere in there? So, I mean, the Titans could have just franchise tagged Derrick Henry twice in a row. And wait, what's going on now? I'd like to play the volume, except they may get us kicked off the live stream. Wait, is this a coin toss? Oh, yeah, I forgot Randall Cobb is on the Texans. What a jabroni. Wait, is that it? Sorry, I have zero context because I assume that was a show of solidarity. Cool. How many people are actually in the stadium? Because the Chiefs said that they could have 22% capacity, right? So I haven't been paying attention. Are people up in the third deck? Because, I mean, if it's 22% capacity, we can just do every third seat in the lower bowl. I mean, come on. Let the people have some decent seats. Although I will say, for football seating, there is such a thing as too close to the field. Because, oh, man, yeah. Let's see. Stadium. Yeah, because there are, like, suites at U.S. Bank Stadium that are like, I don't know. They're on the field, except they're yeah, the field level suites. Yeah, so like right here. What are you gonna see on game day, especially if you get the ones behind? Yeah, these things. Yeah, if you get the ones behind the teams, like all you're gonna see is asses, man. Like, what is the point? A little bit of elevation is good. Because, I mean, this is perfect. Like, you're basically getting the all 22. Like, yeah, that's perfect. Oh, there you go. Bryce N., greetings from South Dakota. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. We'll give a couple shout outs. Hey, Butker. Gonna kick the ball. For some reason, I like the Texans logo. I never dug the uniforms. I always thought they were a little bit plain, especially the road unis. Like, yeah, like they were. Bro, 35 over the line. Oh, yeah, they are up in the third deck. Football's happening. This is crazy. All right, Deshaun Watson, going to go 3 and out. I love Deshaun Watson. It sucks that he is paired with Bill O'Brien. I mean, your number one receiver right now is Will Fuller. I mean, yeah, you could say Brandon Cooks, but what kind of blessed Forrest Gump adjacent type career has Brandon Cooks had? So he was with prime Drew Brees in New Orleans. He was with prime Tom Brady in New England. He was with Sean McVay in L.A. Now he's with Deshaun. Like, could you imagine what Larry Fitzgerald could have done with his career if he had 10% of the quarterback play that Brandon Cooks has been blessed with? David Johnson, run a 5. Oh, he's worth every bit of that nuke trade. Yeah, it was a good idea to trade the best receiver in football for just a running back who can't stay healthy and has a big contract. But it's okay because he got you a 2nd to 5. Woo! All right, a couple shout-outs. Hazley, skull from Big Lake. What up? Ben Niederfeuer, skull from Breckenridge. Liquid Voodoo, Geneva, Minnesota. Deshaun. Oh, back show. Oh, Will Fuller dropped it? No way. That's not the Will Fuller I know. Well, no. The Will Fuller I know would have pulled a hamstring right now. Right meow. Actually, it would make sense that Bill O'Brien was wearing a mask during the nuke trade because there obviously was not enough oxygen getting to his brain. Is that Honey Badger in coverage? No. Who's 38? I don't like that they dye the field on 3rd down. Like, bro, we see the line. We don't need darker green. Titus Howard moved like 3 times. That's why you shouldn't have been a first-round pick, Titus Howard. God. Wait, so the Falcons and the Texans draft really pissed me off last year. So, like, the Texans pick up Titus Howard. They picked up Max Sharping, who are guys that I liked because Titus Howard was Alabama State and Sharping was Northern Illinois, I believe. I like them as late day 2 picks, but then Houston grabs them super early. Howard in the 1st round. It's just like, no. Then Atlanta, like they grabbed Chris Lindstrom, who a guy that I really like, as well as Caleb McGarry in the first round. Like McGarry, McGarry has health issues. I like maybe in the third round, but first round, okay. Like Lindstrom, it would have been interesting if at 18, Chris Lindstrom and Bradbury were both on the board. Oh, David, 3-0 by the Texans. Football is back, baby. Yeah. It would have been very interesting if all right, so let's look. 2019 draft. Yeah, because Lindstrom went 14 to the Falcons, right? Did they trade up? No, I guess not. Stick and pick Lindstrom at 14. It would have been really interesting if Lindstrom got to 18, because if they would have taken Lindstrom, then you rolled Elflein at center for one more year. But I'm still down with Bradbury. I really like Lindstrom. Thought he was a perfect scheme fit, but Bradbury has a chance to be a dude. But I am concerned about the guards that Dennison is surrounding him with. But yeah. Let's hear. Tavian Granderson, South Sac, what up? Callister Smith, Skull, Montana, whoop. Tree J, Skull, MN. Yeah, what's going on? Just chilling. Enjoying a polar seltzer, as well as watching some foosball. And Mitchell Schwartz, the second best right tackle in football behind Brian O'Neill. The corpse of J.J. Watt out there. You know how many casual football fans still thinks that J.J. Watt is one of the best defensive players in the league? Like J.J. Watt, for the past 4 years, he's had one healthy season. And that's kind of an issue. Oh, was that Edwards-Lair? No, who was that? Oh, yeah. Wow, he's smaller than I remember. Maybe it's just because LSU. I don't know, it's okay. I do wonder how the LSU offense is going to do in the NFL. Like, obviously, Jefferson's going to be a Hall of Famer. I do worry about Joe Burrow. He had a phenomenal season last year, deserved to win the Heisman, but look at all the weapons that he had around him. Look at the offensive mastermind he had in Joe Brady. And if you go back, Joe Burrow was a guy who couldn't win the job at Ohio State, so he transferred. And then also, 2018, Joe Burrow at LSU was very whatever, right? So the fact that you had Jefferson, the best slot receiver in college football, as well as Jamar Chase, the best outside receiver in college football, a great offensive line. You had Cushenberry all up in there, Shadik, and then you had Joe Brady, and then Edwards-Helaire, the best receiving back. So I wonder what's going to happen when we get into Cincinnati. There he goes. Move the chains. No problem. Chiefs signs Osumley? Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah, they did right after Levant, Teray, blah, 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 opted out. Yeah, the doctor. God, imagine having Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback. You have him inked up for 10 years on an extremely team-friendly deal. Because if you look at some of those numbers, it's eye-popping right now, $40 million a year for a quarterback. If you look 5 years down the line, I would be shocked if that contract is in the top 5. Also, you look 8 years down the line, that contract may not even be in the top 10. And yeah, there's going to be restructuring and pay raises and whatnot, but it was really smart what the Chiefs did. So you have obviously a lot can happen, but would you wager right now, what odds would you wager Patrick Mahomes being a Hall of Famer? Say that you were given 1 to 3. So you put up $30 to win 10. Would you bet on Patrick Mahomes being a Hall of Famer? Because it's extremely unlikely that his level of play is going to fall off, right? Because, this kid, he's the best quarterback in the league, and he's probably going to get better. But the only thing is alien abductions. That does factor in. But I think it'd be a pretty safe bet. Because, I mean, he's already won a Super Bowl. Check. Touchdown to Demarcus Robinson. Check. Oh, he hung on? Shit. All right, who had Demarcus Robinson first touchdown in the pool? Oh, nobody? Okay. Should have gone to Kelsey. What can you do? Yeah, this is going to be an ass beating. Sorry, Houston. Houston is kind of like the AFC Vikings, where they're always supposed to be good this year, but then they just never are. Is that Justin Reed in coverage? I like Justin Reed coming out of Stanford. Stanford, right? Yeah, no, because if you go back to the Kubiak days in Houston, like, did he hang on to that thing? Oh, that's coming back. That's no catch. Never mind. Travis Kelce, keep hope alive. Oh, is this cleat to the face Blakeman? Yeah, it looks like it. T-Boy Twitch. Well, Vikings got Watson or Mahomes back in the draft. Super Bowl every single year. Yeah. But the... I love these commercials. Wait, who's the rival of the Bucks? I don't know. What are some of the more underrated NFL rivalries? I will posit that Falcons and Saints is really, really good. Like, that one gets super dirty too, man. Like Atlanta, New Orleans, like two transplant cities. They're really getting after in the South. Very passionate fan bases. One fan base is full of douches. The other one is the Falcons. I'd say that one's pretty good. Steelers, Ravens, that's a pretty obvious one. Jets and mediocrity. Jets lose every year. Oh, Raiders, Chiefs. Raiders, Chiefs is a really good one. I don't know if it'll change since they're in Vegas now as opposed to Oakland, but yeah, Raiders and Chiefs fans, like, they do not get along. And it's weird because, yeah, they're sort of just thrown into a division. They're not really geographically close to each other, but I mean, yeah, they always got it on. Like, whether the Raiders were in Oakland or LA, I mean, it probably will carry on in Vegas, right? Like, this is a mini Super Bowl, by the way. Like, you're seeing a lot of new commercials. We're helping small businesses come back. Oh, because you're letting them open? How nice of you. Like, all these small businesses had to close, but Walmart could stay open, huh? Huh? Okay. Okay. Sure. Christopher Frost, who's the starting lineup right on at HB for KC? Well, Williams and Edwards-Helaire. Should have been Adrian Peterson. Yeah, Andy, that thing is fogging up, man. No, you have to get like the really high-end ski goggles that have like the miniature fans built in so that it doesn't fog up. That's no catch. Also, I forgot how long replays take. Like, we bitch about baseball being a slow game. All right, so what down is it? Travis Kelce time. It's Travis Kelce time. It's gonna blow your mind because it's Travis Kelce time. And it's too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late to text your mom. Nah, just kidding. She's still up. It's crazy how tiny Tyreek Hill looks. Or is. What school did Demarcus Robinson go to? Oh, Mitchell Schwartz. Sorry, the best right tackle in football? Yeah, not so much anymore. Was that McKinney? No, it was Martin. Oh, there you go. What happened to Benardrick McKinney? Is it Florida? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mitchell Schwartz got taken to school on that one, man. What the hell? Oh, McKinney's still there. What am I talking about? Temple, 6th round, 18. Huh. Oh, we got traded for Kiki Mingo. Ugh. Man, that's kind of ugly. Zotu Ball, what do you think of Drew Samia? I love Drew Samia. What the hell are you talking about? I love Drew Samia. It gets frustrating that he's not getting the time of day. I think he's got that Oh, Anthony Weaver. Shit. I remember one thing at a time. I think it's really surprising and a bit telling that the guard competition. So yeah, Elfline handed a job, whatever. They don't want to admit defeat on a mid-round pick, sure. But then the left guard competition. Well, it was a sham competition. Hey, cut your hair, hippie, get a job. So it was a sham competition because Dakota Dozier was going to win that no matter what. Like Aviante Collins, barring Dakota Dozier, like being abducted by aliens or like murdering 5 people in broad daylight, Aviante Collins was going to win that job. So it was a sham. It's like when in a normal training camp, when like the first round pick or like the number 1 overall pick has to beat out like whatever crumb bum jabroni that you have ahead of him on the depth chart, and then the rookie who obviously was going to start anyway, they're like, oh, he won the job. Woo! Won the job in training camp. Great times. Good times. Man, all these COVID commercials are kind of twisted and depressing, but hopeful. Kind of nice. But also, hey, COVID's over. We got tangerines. Oh, also, so complain about things. Obviously I'm busy. We got like 7 jobs. We got 2 kids. We got all that stuff. But I always look down upon people who get groceries delivered. Now, yes, obviously people who can't leave the house, people who are at risk of COVID, I fully understand, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, just ordering your groceries delivered just because you don't feel like it, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, also, I'm very picky about produce. So I don't trust the guy from Shipped or whatever low-level grocery employee is like. He's got the scanner. Beep. Oh, this looks like a good green pepper. Beep. This looks like a good I don't even know what a kohlrabi is. Beep. I don't trust it. Also, you'll notice this too in stores. Like the most annoying people in the grocery store are the Shipped people, as well as the people, the employees that are shopping. You know, the ones that got the scanner, or you know, they're on the phone. They're like, because they are always so damn aloof. Like they don't know when they're in the way. It's always quite annoying. Patrick Harms, what up, Andy? Thanks for doing live stream because I can actually watch one when I'm not at work. What is up? Yeah. We're just gonna rant, basically go on tangents, complain about people just earning a living because that's what we do. It's perfectly fine in first world problems. Barn burner so far. A 73 Zack Fulton. Oh, yeah, sorry, I was going to talk about Anthony Weaver. Yeah, Weaver was kind of a dude. Texans roster. Yeah, because Zack Fulton was a 6th-round pick who started week 1 for the Chiefs, right? Yeah, 6th-round pick out of Tennessee. He won the starting job in 2014. They ended up in Houston. How long has Darren Fells been in the league? It's actually kind of annoying. Yeah, I mean, just looking at this Texans roster, woof. Although they did say, so Scotty Phillips is dressed, was UDFA out of Ole Miss. It was pretty whatever on him in the draft, but he is dressed, so he's one of those practice squad flex guys. So inevitably, when David Johnson gets hurt, or when Duke Johnson gets hurt or wants to trade, Scotty Phillips on the fantasy radar. Shit, CJ Precise. Yeah, man. The Vikings announced who they protect on the practice squad, or is it just Chase McLaughlin? Not just McLaughlin. In the arms of an angel, high away from hell. Oh, David Johnson. Looking like he's back in Northern Iowa. Go Panthers. Oh, David Johnson's limping. So we're still in... Oh, Juan Thornhill. Loved him. So we're still in full-on conspiracy theory mode about the Danielle Hunter injury because there's video of him working on the sidelines. He's looking pretty good. So that limp that he had on the Monday practice live stream a couple weeks ago, that's gone. So I mean, is it really a neck thing? Probably. But also, was it something else? Like, is it multiple tweaks? Like, do multiple tweaks add up to one tweak? We need that tinfoil hat back. Because Mike Zimmer is an interdimensional vampire. And stuff. 0. Thomas says the most annoying people in the grocery stores are people who leave the goddamn carts in the parking lot. Yeah, there's a meme about that where it's like the ultimate judge of character is what people do with their shopping carts in a parking lot, because there's no repercussions for being bad or just leaving your cart or putting it somewhere where it doesn't belong. There's no real reward for doing it well, but you just do the right thing, right? And also, you'll see, especially at Target, I feel like people will jack up their carts and they'll put it in, like the hardscape, like the flower beds of rocks, for lack of a better term. Like, that takes more effort than walking it 15 feet to the damn cart corral, man. Also, the excuse people tell themselves in their mind, or occasionally see videos about people getting confronted about doing stupid stuff, like leaving your trash at a restaurant, like leaving your table really messy, or leaving your car in the parking lot. It's like, well, that's what the other people get paid for. It's so stupid. Like, what are you doing in your day? Like, what is so damn important that you can't put your cart away, or you can't pick up your trash after you're done eating at like Arby's or something, man? Like, it takes very little effort and costs nothing to be a decent human. Oh, Brandon Cooks. Oh, no. No! Kalen Saunders, no, baby, no! God, I love Kalen Saunders. He was Western Illinois, right? Yeah, Kalen Saunders, pride of Western Illinois. Yeah. How do you like to win a Super Bowl in your first season? Yeah, it would be nice to have him now. Maybe not after that elbow thing. Watch, it's like a torn tricep or something dumb. Oh, yeah, Tano Passino from Villanova. Mike Dana. So Mike Dana was originally in Michigan, and they ended up at Central Michigan. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you get really into the draft, and then like years later, political ads, great. You see guys just like bounce around teams, and you're like, baby, give him a 17th chance. Like, I understand that he has been on 7 teams and like 18 practice squads, but I do not care because I had a second round grade on him in 2013. Oof. There. Christopher Frost, so we're going to find a backup quarterback to coach up. Nope, because they did Kyle Sluter dirty. But hey, they drafted Nate Stanley. It's great. Great. Patrick Holmes, and he got myself a pot roast going. Yeah, I will say that pot roasts are super underrated because I know everyone creams in their jeans over Instant Pot nowadays, but I mean, what is wrong with a crock pot? Absolutely nothing. I mean, so here's what you do. Just like a roast, it can be a beef roast, it can be a pork roast, it can be a venison roast, blade roast, whatever you want to do. But get a nice heavy cast iron pan or heavy pan, whatever you want to do. Get that going hot, a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil. Then you got a nice dried. Dried is important. So take a pepper towel, dry your roast, salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic powder if you want to. Not garlic salt, go garlic powder. And then a little bit of olive oil on the meat as well. Get that pan ripping hot. And let it go for a while. When you get the gumption to flip it, let it go for a little bit longer because you're going to want to flip it before it's ready. Then flip it over. Get all the sides. So get all the edges as well. Stand it up. And put that thing in the crock pot. If you got some leftover stock, put that in. Then also put a little deglaze the pan. So put a little stock inside the pan and scrape that bottom because color is flavor. Heat means color. Color is flavor. Get that. Anyways, pot roast is good. Also, David Johnson. Oh my God. No way. I don't believe it. The corpse of David Johnson looking reinvigorated. Wow. Bill O'Brien looking like not a stooge. It's still early. That's a nice drive by the Texans, though. Man, Chris Jones got backed up by Tunsil. Wow. Did not expect that. And I'll bet that in your fantasy league, David Johnson is on someone's bench or maybe even on waivers. That's crazy. Yeah, but pot roasts are good. Also, so Costco's meat, like some cuts are brisket. It's a great value. You get USDA Prime for a good price. I think it's like $3.69 a pound typically. But yeah, also chuck roasts, really good value. I don't know why Costco only does like 91% lean meat. I mean, do 85-15. Do 80-20, man. Nah. Kevin K, win the Super Bowl in your rookie season is like being a child actor. Yeah, nothing but meth for the rest of your career. Zach Hazley, don't be disrespecting Nate Stanley. Dude could be a backup like Jacoby Brissett. Jabroni Brisket at least showed some life in college, though. Like at NC State, he was decent. Like there was a reason why he was a mid-round pick. Nate Stanley, he's got a strong arm, but he doesn't really have a whole lot else going on. Like Hawkeyes fans will know that better than anyone. Like, yeah, he's a 3-year starter, but there's a reason why he was very lightly recruited because the dude has 0 touch, 0 accuracy, and 0 mobility. But other than that, he's just really, really good. So yeah, obviously I want him to do well, and also this was not the offseason to impress as a rookie, especially a late drafted or undrafted guy. But woof. Like I am of the school, you should be drafting a quarterback every single year, minimum every other year. But yeah, that's never been Spielman's MO. Man, some of these commercials are really good. Although I don't know why car companies all of a sudden got into feelings. Like a car is a car, man. Like a car is not supposed to make you feel like Subaru. It's my Subaru. Like it gets you from point A to point B, and on the weekends point C. If it does that, great. It's not supposed to make you feel feels. Yeah, but God, what are we talking about? It doesn't matter. Let's see what's next. Patrick Harms, that's way different than what I did. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I will be super lazy and just toss the meat in the crock pot because like I don't care. But I will say that there is nothing better than just taking a big piece of like beef chuck or like venison blade roast or even like pork roast and just like eating it shirtless in the kitchen. Wife's looking at you funny. Like back off. This is primal time. JT is Jeff Gladney, El Jefe going to get some action Sunday, or is it just going to be Dantzler? I think it's going to be all four. I think it's going to be all four cornerbacks. It's going to be Hughes, it's going to be Hill, it's going to be Dantzler, it's going to be El Jefe. And you're going to need all four cornerbacks because you have to go deep against the Lizard King and MVS and we got a good MVS joke on the preview show tomorrow, as well as St. Brown. Cool. It's going to be great. Zach Hazless, who's the Viking slot corner? Right now it's going to be Hughes. They've been working Jeff Gladney in there quite a bit. Mark Fields got a lot of run. Second and third team slot cornerback as well. He's on the practice squad. It would be interesting to see if he gets flexed up at some point. It's interesting Edwards-Alaire's usage. So since Damon Williams opted out because of the Rona, because I do wonder if they're just going to give him the rock on all three downs, if he is going to be Brian Westbrook 2.0. Patrick Harms, how long until Dantzler starts? Week 6? Well, it may be a little bit longer since Holton Hill can't get suspended for weed anymore. Yeah, Andy Reid's got to get that fixed, man. Because you would think that coaches would want the just the regular mask because it covers up their mouth, like Bill O'Brien's wearing. Because NFL head coaches and play callers, they get so paranoid. It's like, that's why they cover their mouth when they're calling plays with their play caller. Because what if the other team has a lip reader? Like, what if they hired like an actual deaf person who can read lips? Like, 23 jet sweep on 9, on 5, go for it, you cowards. They gave it the fullback, of course. I like that the Chiefs, the Vikings, and the Niners are like the only teams that use fullbacks. It's great. Fullbacks are awesome, man, because it's like you have a running back, except they're bigger. Like if you want a big running back, get a fullback, man. It always has bugged me, though, that Patrick Mahomes' helmet is like sitting so high in his head. Like, what are you hiding up there? Oh, go Kelsey. It's her birthday. Landon Miller, why'd the Vikes make the quiet guy a captain, Harry? Well, you don't have to be allowed to be a leader. And also, not all leaders are loud because, Harrison Smith just has a different leadership style. Guy leads by example, quiet professional. He is the leader of that secondary now. If you look around, Xavier Rhodes gone, Trey Wayne's gone. You got Harrison and Anthony Harris babysitting a lot of kids. That's about it. Also, you look like Anthony Barr's super low key guy too. Linval Joseph was as well. You know, Kyle Rudolph's not a super rah dude. Same thing with Thielen, even though Thielen's not a captain. Riley Reif. I'm pretty sure Riley Reif has only said like 2 words in his entire Vikings career, and they're both in recent weeks. There's like Rick's like, "Hey, are you gonna take a pay cut?" And he's like, "No." And then he thought about it for a day, as his agent went around and saw that no one else wanted him, and he was like, "Okay." Next up is Michael Williams. What's your take on kneeling in my area? So many people are boycotting the NFL. What's your thoughts? Again, we keep it very apolitical here. I have no thoughts. I don't care. We're talking about the game. Patrick Harms, I'm behind on everything. Is 95 starting for 99 Sunday? Yeah, I think Afadi's going to get the bulk of the snaps. I think he'll probably have the most snaps for all the edge rushers. Like, I mean, look how full that parking lot is, man. It's the end of the first quarter already. Shit. Yeah. The Yannick coming in. He's only been in by Sunday he will only had 6 full practices. So. Yeah, I think that they'll want to have him on a relative pitch count. I think you'll see a lot of Jalen Holmes. I think you'll see a handful of Cheeseburger Eddie Yarbrough. You might even see some DJ Wanham out there, which I'm fine with. What's the thing with Anthony Hopkins playing the Pope? Wait, is this a Netflix commercial? What? Why does Netflix need to advertise? Like, I feel like who is going to see this and be like, oh yeah, that thing that everyone has, or at least has access to. I need to get me some of that Netflix. Like, all right, so couple companies who don't need to advertise, like Netflix, Bud Light, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. Like, if they turn their marketing and advertising budget down to 0 for like 5 years, do you think it would really hurt their business? Probably not. I don't think it would. Because I think they built up enough name recognition as well as customer loyalty as well as inertia that don't need to advertise. Maybe we're off. Who knows? Stupid David Johnson back. Stupid David Johnson in his face. Yeah, like Bud Light. Like who is seeing this commercial and is like, oh yeah, Bud Light. I feel like you're already committed to Bud Light or you're not. Like, there's a reason why Bud Light does numbers, because it's like a very non-threatening, pretty affordable, like domestic beer. Like, yeah, I understand beer snobs is just like, oh, the American piss water. I get it, but also, like, who has drank a Bud Light and be like, well, that's really terrible? I mean, you could say yes, it doesn't have a lot of flavor, but it's not skunky. It's not like Old Milwaukee, or it's not like a Special X. The Chiefs are knocking on the back door. Travis Kelce time. Can you break a tackle one time, Kelce? Or are you just going to roll out there like Kyle Rudolph? Come on. I like the Kyle Rudolph, big time hero of the playoff game against the Saints. But then, like 2 seconds later, Vikings fans, of course, were like, take a pay cut. Irv Smith Jr. is ready to start, man. AT, what do you think Jefferson's stats will be week 1? God, Mahomes is so good. Demarcus Robinson is trash. I will say Jefferson goes for 5 for 62, no touchdowns on 7 targets. So that's like the head, like the heart and head. So that's the head prediction. Heart says 10 for $155, 2 touchdowns on 12 targets. I like the people. Like, how do they determine where people sit? Like, is there an actual? Because it doesn't look like there's a pattern. It looks like people are just sitting wherever. Oh, Kelsey touchdown, sucker. Except the problem is when you're up, when you're in 4 leagues or more, like every time one of your guys does well, it hurts you. Actually, wait, that's not even in the league of note. Shit. Oh, my buddy started the Chiefs defense. Good. Screw him. Dun 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 dun. Burn him. Oh, Kelsey's already got 11 points. If only there was some. Oh yeah, he's got 4 catches and. Oh, look at that. La-ti-da. Dawson, how come you're not showing the game live? Yeah, I always love that because on Reddit there used to be some less than dubious subreddits that had streams of the game, especially NBA, but then NBA started cracking down on that because China didn't like it. Also, I feel like if you can't watch a game that's on basic cable, then yeah. Or not even basic cable, like regular ass TV. Like you can get over the if you're near in a metro area, you can get over the air like antenna TV. Actually, that'd be a good stat to look up. How many tackles has Kyle Rudolph broken in his career? Let's see. It's like we'll find out after he retires and after he's in the Vikings Ring of Honor that he thought that the NFL was 2-hand touch the entire time. So right when he got contacted, he just went down. He just took a knee. That actually would explain a lot. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I mean, I like Titus Howard, but not as a first-round pick. My God. It's rough, man. Yeah, but imagine drafting a rookie and then starting him as opposed to just trying to reheat a bunch of leftover veterans. It's crazy, right? Also, yeah, it's crazy that you can just judge a draft after 1 year. Like, Jonah Williams hasn't even played a regular season game yet, man. I feel bad for Andre Dillard. Except he plays for the Eagles, so screw him. Yeah, like, it doesn't even look like there's a set pattern. Like, people are clumped together. So, did they just let people in as like, hey, this is your area, and don't sit next to other people who aren't in your group? That does seem like the plan. All right, so why can't they do that at US Bank Stadium? Like, I understand it is the Minnesota rules, and yeah. Hey, at least the trackers that they have are extremely stylish. Also, I like the conspiracy theories. The vaccine has trackers in it. You're not going to take it, are you? I was like, well, what do you call this? This tracks your movement as well as everything you search on the internet. Landon Miller, why isn't Cameron Wake signed? I think teams are waiting until after week 1 so they don't have to guarantee his salary. David Johnson's like, what? On that RPO? I don't know, man. David Johnson looks beat up already. Like, as weird as it sounds, like I understand that Titus Howard was a first-round pick. I would start Oli Udoh over him. Like I was sort of bummed. So, well, first off, I didn't buy the whole, hey, we're going to cut Riley Reif and then we're going to move Brian O'Neill. You know, hey, the only good offensive line piece that we have, hey, that guy, yeah, we're going to move him from his position that he's cultivated extremely well over the past 2 years. We're just going to move him to left tackle a week before the season, and then we're going to start Rashad Hill. Yeah, you know Rashad Hill, the guy that was benched 2 years ago for the rookie Brian O'Neill at right tackle. Yeah, we're going to start that guy. That's why even if Riley Reif thought that the Vikings were bluffing, like there wasn't anything that they could do about it. Like it was such a bad bluff, but it got through, which happens, I guess, sometimes in life. Yeah, Chris Jones is good. He deserves the money. But if the plan was move O'Neal to left tackle, which I was kind of meh on, but then you started Oli Udoh at right tackle, who had been taking second-team right tackle snaps. Shit, yeah. Oh, Watson sit down to Mahomes? He's like, he's just trying to have some of that championship glow rub off on him. I like Deshaun, though. I feel like he's stuck in Houston, though. It's a bad team. Also, so why do coaches have to wear masks but players don't on the sidelines? Yeah. Also, that was so funny how Cousins got roasted for his comments about masks. Even though I feel like Cousins' thoughts about COVID and masks lined up with how most people feel at this point, where it's like, yeah, wear a mask, be polite, blah, 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 blah. Especially if some people are a lot more worried about it than you are, sure. But also, like, you know, if you do get it, it's like, whatever. What can you really do? Like, control what you can control. Like, yeah, you're not going to go to Coachella, or you're probably not going to go to Sturgis. You're probably not going to, French kiss random strangers out there, especially ones that are hacking up a lung. But other than that, what can you really do? Gotta live your life, man. But you want to kill grandma. Have you met my grandma? No, I'm just that might be a little bit too far. All right, what's next? Charles Kroll, what's up with the Rudy hating? It's not really hating. I feel like Vikings players get a certain amount of poop. Like Anthony DeBar especially. Rudy for sure. Cousins, of course. Like, there are very few Vikings that are above reproach. Like, Danila's up there. Harrison is one. Kendricks can get his. Yeah, Thielen's up there. Sam Subject, $10 in Super Chat. Bucky Hodges or Chase Ford. Both of them. Both of them. Right now. Cut Rudy. Sign Temujin, Bucky Hodges. Get Chase Ford out of whatever hole he's been in. Cut Gronklin. And go 3 deep tight end. Run 13 personnel all day long. One wide receiver. Do not care at all. No. Patrick Harms, any I'm the only person that thinks garnishing food is pointless away from the culinary part. It kind of is, and I'm like a culinary person, so, but I think it looks good for the gram. But I mean, if I'm by myself or if I'm just having dinner with the wife or friends, there's no garnish. $500 million, man. Oh, to Kelsey. Is Travis Kelsey the best tight end in football right now? You could say Kittle, yes. I think him and Kelsey are close. I think Ertz is massively overrated. F him. And then I don't know if Mark Andrews is actually good or just a product of what they do in Baltimore. Also, that sort of goes with Ronnie Stanley too. Because you will see quarterbacks in zone read as well as in air raid systems. Sorry, not quarterbacks, but tackles in like collegiate systems that really get bumped up. Like Ronnie Stanley was good at Notre Dame. I think he deserved to be drafted because he was a 6th overall pick, right? And he has been highly rated and regarded. But I think that a lot of his production has been due to the offense. Like running the ball all the time. You have a running quarterback. You have a QB who in the pocket can buy yourself a lot of extra time. I mean, that really does help. Really does help things out. It's like 2017 when Riley Reif and Mike Remmers, they went like 12 weeks into the season without giving up a sack. Well, part of that was because Case Keenum wasn't a stationary target back there like Sam Bradford. Oh, Mahomes almost throwing a pick? What? Oh, is that Eric Murray, the pride of University of Minnesota? Love it. And Zach Hazless, who's the guy in Vikings camp that had the nickname Barbarian? It is Brandon Dillon, tight end on the practice squad. He went to Marion University, which is in Indianapolis. So Kirk Cousins, by the way, Kirk Cousins should not be allowed to nickname. Oh. I mean, there's so many hits that guys get up from, like no problem. And then there are some very like inane things that just happen. They're just like, oh, well, and then they like died. All right, yeah. So Brandon Dillon, the Marion Barbarian, Kirk Cousins is not allowed to nickname anyone ever again because he nicknamed him the Marion Flash, which is just. And I understand that we are infringing on the territory of the Pride of Wayzata, University of Minnesota Golden Gopher legend, Marion Barber III, great running back. Also still lives in the cities, but. Edwards-Helaire on 3rd and man, Edwards-Helaire really is going to be a workhorse. That's crazy. I love it. Also, man, see, if you're going to wear a pacifier mouth guard, you have to put something awesome on it. So Edwards-Helaire's got like I don't even know how to describe that. It looks like Homer Simpson smiling. Yeah, we didn't need Kelechi Assembly. God, that pisses me off. Because how much did they sign him for? It wasn't much. How much was his deal, bitch? One-year deal for maximum $2 million. God. Maybe Spielman does treat the guard position like it's a dare. Yeah, we didn't need Kelechi Assembly because we got Dakota Dozier, as well as removing Pat Elflein for the 3rd year in a row. Also, yeah, Josh Klein, the one that actually looked decent last year and actually had a pulse and isn't actually making too much. And if we cut him, we actually don't save a whole lot against the cap. Yeah, cut him. I love Eric Bieniemy too. He deserves to be a head coach. And because the great thing about Bieniemy, because he was Adrian Peterson's first running backs coach, and Adrian, of course, has this oversized ego, and you could definitely tell, like, as Adrian got on in years, it definitely took over. But when Adrian was first coming to league, like, Bieniemy got Peterson's respect. Now, part of it is because Eric Bieniemy was a damn good running back in his own right, but also just force of personality. Like, Bieniemy was not afraid to call out Adrian on his poop. And, I mean, players need that. God, I'm upset now about Assembly. This entire time. Like, even last year when he was dealing with his injuries, from the Jets thing, I was just like, yeah, he's not hurt. He just does not want to play for the Jets. Sign him. Sign him. Yeah, so I don't know what the plan is. Like, hey, we're going to move Ezra Cleveland to guard, except we're never going to give him any single reps at guard, and we're never going to give him the chance to win the starting left guard spot, even though he's going to be a left tackle long term. I still believe that, by the way. Yeah, Edwards-Helaire is looking damn good, man. So, yeah, I don't understand the whole Ezra Cleveland rationale, because he was a left tackle in high school. He was a left tackle in college. All of a sudden, hey, this guy where he doesn't have the size, he doesn't have the anchor, he doesn't have the leverage to play inside. Yeah, we're going to play him inside. Even though we are going to threaten to cut our current starting left tackle, yeah, let's not get Ezra Cleveland any reps at all at left tackle in training camp before we pull off those shenanigans. Because, yeah, God forbid you have a viable option. And yeah, I can already see the responses like, Dennison and Kubiak know more football than all of us combined. It's like, yeah, I don't care. But, hey, there's they're not infallible. I mean, coaches are not God kings. They make mistakes, too. They make very stupid mistakes. Why do you think a third of the league is turned over on a yearly basis coaching-wise? I mean, if they're so smart, how come they're not in the same job for 40 years? God, this game's kind of boring so far. Either Griffin, I think Rick Dennis is a problem. Yeah, I do too. I mean, honestly, if Alex Gibbs wasn't 80 years old, they should bring him back, because he is a dude, man. Look up some Alex Gibbs clips about him breaking down the wide zone, outside zone. Because so Alex Gibbs has a reputation, because he has worked with Shanahan and Kubiak at a number of stops, but he does have this. He does have this reputation for being hard-headed, abrasive, stubborn, but he kind of, isn't that a face mask? No? All right. Because it's funny with Gibbs. He would if he had his way, he would throw out the entire running playbook, like all of the gaps, all of the ISOs, all the dives, all of that stuff, and he would have two running plays. He would have wide zone to the right and wide zone to the left. And I respect that, man. It's like, exactly what we're going to run, but best of luck to you. Like, we will impose our will. It's like teams that, it's like the service academy. It's like Army. It's like, hey, we're going to run the ball. We're going to run the triple option. Best of luck to you. And that is so cool, man, because football can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. And at a certain point, overcomplicating things just turns into mental masturbation. It does. Because you want that trickery and strategery. But, I mean, just like youth football, you're going to have like 3 plays. Everyone knows it's coming. Can you stop it? Sometimes I miss that simplicity. believe this is going to be Travis Kelce 2.0. Would love to see it. Patrick Mahomes, how's the Giants' 30th pick in that draft been doing? Will Hernandez, never heard of him. Dun, dun, dun. Kalen Saunders out with the elbow. That didn't look good. No, not Sammy Watkins. God. Lame. You know, Sammy Watkins is the highest drafted player on that offense besides Eric Fisher. Man, that was a weird draft. All right, so 2014 draft. You got Clowney 1. Got Greg Robinson. Wow. So only 3 out of the top 10 picks are still on their drafted team. So, yeah, Matthews, Evans, and Anthony Barr. So Clowney, cool. Greg Robinson, what a terrible bust. Because, yeah, the RG3 trade, I mean, so the Rams got a huge stockpile of picks, but they never really panned out. Actually, well, let's see. Jason Smith. Oh, God, it's hilarious too. So, you know the reason why everyone and their mom has either junior or senior or a second or third on the back of their jerseys? It's because of RG3. Because he petitioned the league to have Griffin 1, 2, 3, the third on the back of his jersey. But, I mean, the league can't make an exception just for one jabroni. So they had to change the rules so then everyone got in. So that's why now you see it's like Johnson Jr., Smith Sr., blah, 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 the third, blah, 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 the second. But so they do that for RG3. But they wouldn't let Laurent Tarif or the doctor, the Chiefs offensive lineman doctor, they wouldn't let him put MD on the back of his jersey. How cool would that have been? I mean, come on. Or Dr. blah, blah, blah. Or blah, 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 MD. God, that would have been so great. Da, 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 da. What's the deal? What do you think about the Vikings games without Hunter? I'm a little bit more sanguine than I was initially because the Vikings are pretty deep at edge rusher. And it's weird to say because you're taking the best edge rusher in the league. You're taking your best player on the team off the field. But you do have a Fadi. Yeah, Nick Saban looks completely natural in these commercials. It's like he's almost as good as Belichick. So you got a Fadi. You got Yannick. You have Jalen Holmes, whatever. But yeah, you'd be a lot more panicked if you took, say, Harrison off the, Harrison especially. If you took Harrison off the field, if you took Brian O'Neill off the field, again, knocking on all the wood. If you took Dalvin off the field, like Madison Boone probably could get it done. Or you take Thielen off the field, then you have Jefferson and BC, which, yeah, you believe, ooh, be down. Oh, be down. Yeah, elbow down. Suck it. Suck it. Kelce time. That's crazy how many calls they miss before replay. This is going to be a Travis Kelce touchdown. The Chiefs have 2 fullbacks. I respect that. No, they have Kaiser listed as a tight end. Eh. They're just force feeding it to Sammy Watkins. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, because the Rams sort of dicked the RG3 trade. All right, yeah, so here's who they got from the RG3 trade. So Washington sent was it 3 1s? Something like that. So they got Michael Brockers, like a perfectly serviceable defensive interior player, not a star. Janoris Jenkins, meh. Isaiah Peed, meh. Alec Ogletree, meh. Stedman Bailey, who was good before he got shot in the head. Whatever Watkins, Zach Stacy from Vanderbilt, no. Greg Robinson was a monster bust. Man, that's rough. That is rough. I mean, yeah, you're telling me that you have this massive windfall. Would you have been better off just sticking with RG3? Maybe. That's insane. Let's see here. Man, this is getting late for me. We'll see if we can make it to halftime. Yeah, because my daily schedule, I'm usually asleep, conked out by now. And what I'll typically do is, so I get up really early in the morning, and if the game was interesting, we'll see the reactions and recaps. If the Monday or Sunday or Thursday night game was interesting, then we'll just watch it on Game Pass. Because they have quick, like, little condensed, takes like 20 minutes if you fast forward through it. Highly recommend Game Pass, by the way. Oh, yeah, I forgot Lucas Niang opted out. Pride TCU. Oh, the Chiefs got Danny Isadora? Yeah, because the Vikings traded Danny to the Dolphins for like a 17th round pick last offseason. They got Matt Moore, the legendary Matt Moore, who defeated the Vikings at Arrowhead. They do him dirty by putting him on the practice squad. Shoot. Like, how do you treat a hero like that? The trickery just to get the ball to Darren Fells. That's great. That's great. Well, you guys started out hot, and now it's going to turn into 38-7. On the borderline. God, would have been worth it to trade for Tunsil. I don't know, maybe. I'm pretty upset about the Kelechi Assembly thing. I am pretty upset about not targeting a second offensive lineman before the 6th round. Overall, I'm extremely upset, just like everyone else. So in the mid rounds, Matt Hennessy's starting for the Falcons at guard. Jonah Jackson, I love coming out of Ohio State. He was a perfect zone scheme fit. Plug and play at left guard, your day one starter, but no. So, yeah, Jonah Jackson, Ohio State by way of Rutgers. Even Lloyd Cushenberry is pretty damn solid. Not like a scheme fit, but at a certain point, just get good players. The aforementioned Lucas Niang. Matt Pert, I really like as well. He's going to be starting for the Giants, I believe. Yeah, so, even Shadiq Charles, even John Simpson, Solomon Kinley, Ben Barsh, of course, Pride of St. John's. The Vikings did have an opportunity to double down or triple down offensive line. Now, I do like Brandel. I think he's a couple years away. He did have some bright spots in camp. I love Kyle Hinton, except he's definitely a couple years away. But we're talking about now, man. I mean, Logan Stenberg, I like the Wanham pick, but if you wanted a guy who could start right away, Stenberg could have done it. Charlie Heck. Maybe not Charlie Heck. Kevin Dotson had some man-size strength coming out. Louisiana. Go Raging Cajuns. Brennerson, no. Driscoll, yeah. I like Biadish a lot. Hasn't really done much. Shane Lemieux was interesting. Yeah, don't take Shane Lemieux, but get his teammate Brady Ayala, who never was a full-time starter. Yeah, get that guy. But other than that, I really, really like the draft. Or hell, I even like Nick Harris. So Nick Harris, yeah, center. I think he could have moved to guard pretty easily. He was a very solid outside zone scheme fit. His draft plot was actually kind of like a diet Bradbury. Extremely athletic. Very heady player. Just, no. No. See, Goodell knew who was going to be on camera, so he's wearing the mask and staying away from people, so he's not like Fauci at that Nationals game. See, there's been a lot of hints that maybe this thing isn't all it's cracked up to be, because you would think that Dr. Fauci, like the full-on medical expert for the country, like if it was a big deal to wear your mask and socially distance, that he wouldn't be sitting right next to people at a baseball game and also not wearing his mask properly. But other than that, you're fully correct. God, they're just going to go down with the David Johnson ship, aren't they? I don't know. I'm sort of rude for David Johnson. But also, I want Bill O'Brien to be exposed for the jabroni that he is. So now I actively have to root against David Johnson, which is just such a terrible human trait, because I have no skin in the game of the Texans. I don't care. Like, they're not the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers. They're not the crooked Chicago Bears. They're not the low-energy Detroit Lions. So who cares? Also, I don't even care about the Lions. Like, I actually hope they kind of do well, except for in the division. Although, man, having put up with Lions fans in the comments this week, I don't even know what we did. Oh, yeah, we talked about Adrian. But, yeah, Lions fans are super militant. Plus, like their faith in Matthew Stafford is just so off. Like, Matthew Stafford is basically like Kirk Cousins on steroids and 0 playoff wins instead of one. Just Matthew Stafford is the poster child for empty, hollow, stat stuffing, garbage time stats and no real wins of note. That's Matthew Stafford. Like, you wasted the best years of Megatron. Like, you had a top 10 wide receiver all time, and you did absolutely 0 with him. Nothing. Hey, congratulations on his 2,200-yard season. Did you make the playoffs that year? Actually, I don't know if they did. They probably didn't. Man, David Johnson's back. This is great. It's like when they bring back the McRib, or like when they brought back Surge. You guys remember Surge Pop? It was great. JT, did you hear about Jeff Okuda getting off to a pretty slow start? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why everyone is so hyped on Stafford. Did you see what he did to the rookie cornerback? God, Chris Jones is so good. I mean, Zack Fulton is no scrub, and just look what Chris Jones did to him. Ooh. Who the hell is that guy? Jordan Atkins. UCF third round pick. Oh, Mike Hughes teammate, Neville Clark teammate, national champion. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to Neville Clark, man. Started out having a really good camp and then just sort of fizzled. What can you do? Ooh, I love it. Yeah, the whole thing about the crowd. So 22% capacity. It was like 15,000, 17, 18,000, somewhere in there. And now you would think that if this whole socially distancing thing was extremely serious, that everyone would be spaced out. Everyone would have, it would be like Minesweeper. Like you have 8 empty seats all around you, but the fact that everyone is just in clumps, it's just like, whatever. It's just sort of YOLO. It's like, we are only doing this because we are legally obligated to. I mean, yeah, look at that. Yeah, socially distancing, cool. But is it important or is it not? It's probably not important. Oh, yeah, they got Baby Martin. Zach's not his good brother. I forgot AJ McCarron is the backup quarterback in Houston. Ooh. See who they're protecting. Oh, Chad Hansen from Cal. Yeah, Chad Hansen was a dude. I also like guys who've been in the league for like a year to 3 years, and have been on like 7 teams. They just get passed around. Ooh, Shank. You left too much time for Mahomes. Oh, that's so rude. They have a measurement of how badly the guy missed. Wait, so what would Blair Walsh's shank at the bank have been? 15? Mason Roy, you think we still have a solid chance to win on Sunday? Hell yeah. Now, see, if this was Zimmer, he would just kneel on it, or he would just run a dive up the middle, which I never understood. So, like, are you going to give up or not? So, yeah, if you run a play up the middle, maybe the defense is thinking pass, so maybe you get a couple of yards up the middle. Or, oh, no, teams in this situation will run the draw. Cool. Like, if you pick up a chunk yardage, well, now we'll try. Well, why don't you just try from the start? And they have all 3 timeouts? Shoot. It's over, man. It's game over. Yeah. Also, I forgot how many commercials there are in an NFL game. See, I wonder if the NFL has to pay for these commercials, or if they're just like it's part of the deal. Even though I guess it's technically an Amazon commercial. Wow, I didn't. I was very much questioning what that one Chiefs fan was doing, except he has a baby. Oh, Kelsey. Oh, baby. I love Travis Kelsey, man. Kelsey went to Cincinnati, right? And his brother is the jabroni center for the Eagles, correct? Flag on what? Flag on the defense? Damn straight. Say horse collar. Oh, yeah, Cunningham, the guy that they just paid a bajillion dollars to. That's a pretty weak horse collar. Like, I understand if your hand is in the area, like they'll call it, but by the letter of the law, is that really a horse collar? It's more jersey than anything. Like, I understand player safety. Like, you don't want to pull on, because remember Roy Williams from the Cowboys, not the receiver, the safety, for University of Oklahoma, where he would just grab dudes by the back and like I think Roy Williams is the guy who broke T.O.'s leg, right? When the Eagles were making that Super Bowl run. And then T.O. came back from a broken friggin' leg and played damn well in the Super Bowl. That doesn't get talked about enough. Because what was that? PFR, Eagles, Patriots, Super Bowl. Yeah, also, PFR's been really wonky this week with their formatting. I don't know why. Yeah, T.O. nine catches for a $122 on 14 targets after having a broken leg. Oh, they're just going to kick a field goal? Boo. Boo. Also, who's the hippie punter? Tommy Townsend? He looks like a Tommy Townsend. From Florida, of course. All right, there we go. Into halftime. Jeromes, it was a lot of fun. Go off to bed. Travis Kelce's going to score like 15 more touchdowns. I still got the Chiefs. I still got the Chiefs covering by 9.5. They're covering right now. Good times. All right. Yeah, check out the videos tomorrow. We got Vikings Packers preview coming out in the morning. Do it up. Skull. Production value.